What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Monica. And in this video, I kind of want to talk about mindset, like the homestead mindset, because I think it's important. I don't think we talk about it enough. Like when you're working for somebody and then you go and you start your own business, they talk about the, mindset shift that you have to have in order to become an entrepreneur. Well, I think there is a subset of mindset when you go into the homesteading and farming space. Because if you have this expectation in your mind that it's going to be a certain way, you've got to do a certain thing by a certain time, you're going to get disappointed. The first thing I've learned, especially with the chickens, is that I wanted this, Carolina coop style chicken coop run that was so perfect and was so great. And, it didn't happen. Nothing happened on my timeline. Nothing that I wanted to happen happened. But I have eggs and I have healthy chickens and they're not in a traditional coop. They're not even I don't even know what this thing is called, right? I make sure they have fresh water every day. And on the hot days, I make sure I add plenty of ice, and they're starting to not be as skittish, and we're developing a relationship. And when it rains, I have to go let the water off the tarp still. Like, the expectation that I had in my mind was unrealistic. And I want to take this opportunity to help you that are in the beginning stages or considering homesteading to just eliminate the made up pictures in your mind of what your homestead is going to look like, of how much land it's going to have, of, how your structures are going to look. All of that is good to have goals and all of that. But honestly, just let it go. So anyway, as I'm starting to grow my own food and not have to buy eggs, I'm really excited about my fall garden because I want to grow onions. I don't want to have to get onions. I think eggs is my first thing. That has given me like the spark to want to do one thing at a time. That's another thing. You want to do all the things when you get started, but you really want to pick one thing at a time, right? So now that I've got my eggs, I'm sitting here, I'm at Tractor Supply, just kind of window shopping at different stuff. But I had the idea to use my side yard as a place to grow potatoes and onions and garlic and some things that I want to make as my next thing that I don't have to go to the store and get. So I'm out looking at these tanks and I'm like, yeah, I could put these in the side yard and I can do all my onion sets, all of my potatoes. So it's like one thing at a time. Like right now, I've got eggs. The next thing I don't want to have to buy at the store is onions, right? And the next thing I don't want to have to buy after that is potatoes, right? So I'm looking and kind of planning, but I'm not putting any pressure on myself, okay? I, stopped by the chicken cage just to see what they had because eventually I do want to get another few chickens. Right now I've got 7. I started out with 10. My dogs ate 3. And one of the unintended consequences of them being, the chickens being where they are, is that they're in the dog's side yard, but they're within their side yard in their own little pen. So I haven't had to deal with snakes and other, possums have tried to come in. They've gotten killed. So the dogs are kind of protecting them, but I still have to protect them from the dogs. Anyway, I'm looking at these chicks and I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be my next move, is to get some more chicks because I would love to get, a couple of dozen of eggs a day. Right now I'm just getting like 5. And shout out to Grub Terra. They saw me on YouTube and wanted to send me something that they thought my chicks would love, and they were absolutely right. These are black fly larvae, and I tried them out. They sent them to me, and so I, took them out to the hens, and they really, really enjoyed them. Like, they basically, when I give them these treats, they're like, they leave me alone and let me do my chores in the little watering and feeding situation that I've got going on. And so they really love them. And this is the place that they've decided to lay their eggs, right there by that little setup. And it's been hot, so I've been making sure they've had, ice in their water. And yeah, so just mindset wise, when it comes to this, set realistic expectations, create a mindset that doesn't create a lot of stress, and just understand that it's going to be a one day at a time type situation. Like, I have got a bowl full of farm fresh eggs on my counter because I took action, right? So take that action, right? And these things, these fly larvae, I mean, when I tell you, I've got to get a big old bag of these things now because they absolutely love them. The 1 pound bag that they sent me, I gave them treats probably too much. I think they're a little bit spoiled, honestly. But anyway, we went through that 1 pound bag fairly quickly. The chicks absolutely love them, and I can't wait to see the difference. I think I probably need to give it to them a little bit longer so that I can see a real difference in the size of their eggs and the quantity or whatever. But I'm reliably getting 5 eggs a day. There is one hen that lays in a different place than the other 4, so I don't know if there's some kind of social thing going on with that. But it's just really cool to see how everything is coming together. And I just want to encourage you to not put too much pressure on yourself when it comes to having things perfect. Comparison is the devil. And I was guilty of it. I would watch YouTube videos, TikToks, and be like, oh my gosh, they've got this and I don't have this yet, or whatever the case. But don't do that. Do not compare yourself or your homestead or what you've got going on to what anybody else has got going on. Focus on doing what you can with what you have. And I'm proud to say that my chickens are healthy and happy for the most part. Like, do I need to get them in a better situation than what they're in right now? Yes. But are they healthy? Are they fed? Do they have space to roam and roost? Yes, they do, right? But my thing is, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not what I really wanted it to be. But I'm still working towards that end. But it didn't stop me from taking action. So that's the big thing I think I want you to take away from this video, is that adopt a mindset that allows you to work with your reality, okay? And focus on doing one thing at a time with what you have without putting too much pressure on yourself. All I know is that I am thoroughly enjoying going out and getting the fresh eggs and spending time with the chickens and feeding my family from my backyard. Like that I am so loving that so much that I am so excited about planting in the fall. Like, even if I don't do those galvanized steel tank things, I'm going to do something because my goal next is to do like a year's worth of onion. Like, I don't want to have to, like, every time I go to Walmart and buy an onion for like $1 or 86 cents or whatever, I'm like, I should not be doing this. I should have my own onions. And look at these fluffy butts. They loved that black fly larva. Do you understand me? Like, they were like a little bit possessive over it a little bit. They were like the first, I think I got 2 roosters, I believe, would run to it and like try to make sure everything was good and then kind of dominate that little area or whatever. But I spread it around so that everybody could get their fair share. But yeah, so I don't want to go and buy onions anymore. Potatoes either. I think those are staples that I need to have. And I might use these things to do that. But again, I'm going to do what I got with what I can. And I'm looking here at this chicken coop, like really thinking about, should I? Went back by the chicks again and not sure which ones I'm going to get next. And this is just me with more eyes. It's just a process, right? Taking care of animals is a whole process. And it's something that I've really enjoyed doing, honestly. Some days, I'm not going to lie, I don't really want to fool with them. But having them, to take care of, knowing what they are giving me in return is so, it is so good. Like, it feels so good. And this is just the beginning, right? But again, mindset shift, homestead mindset shift is do what you can with what you have. Don't compare yourself with what other people are doing, okay? And don't set yourself up for like letdown and unrealistic expectations. Like, I was doing that. I'm totally guilty of that. And what I got, I'm happy with. Be happy with what you've accomplished. Like, sit back, pat yourself on the back and look and see, I brought these guys from baby chicks, and I'm proud that they're still here. I hate that I lost 3, but that's a part of life, right? And are they in the best situation? No, but they're good. They're good. They're not in the worst situation. Maybe they're not in the best, but they're good. And I need to definitely get some more of these black fly larvae because, I don't know if you'll see it here, but when I take these out and sprinkle them, they like they dove onto these things. They love them so much. Girls? I think they actually knew after a couple of trips that I was like bringing them. And now you can see them that they just totally just They don't really even look at their crumble anymore when I feed them. They would prefer to have these, the black fly larva. But anyway, I just wanted to do this video. I'm about to get out of here. We're about to have a Homestead meet and greet, which, by the way, if you haven't plugged into that, you need to. Every Saturday morning, we get on a Zoom and we chit-chat about what's going on with our homestead. So I'm excited to see what the ladies have going on. But yeah, so change your mindset. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. I'll see you later. Peace.